Hey folks, it's Ben. We're here with the 1971 Chevy Caprice. This has been stored for 14 years.
Yeah.
The hood's open because we are smart cookies. Okay. Not a thing wrong with that. I don't hear any water in that. The battery's in it. Son of a... Anything?
No.
Okay. Good thing I sold it as parts. Comes with a free car ramp. Just kidding, that's my ramp. So the lineage of this car is it was a wreck. My dad and uncle rebuilt it, sold it to my grandfather. He owned it till his death. Then my uncle Clarence had it. Then my dad got it. We drove it around a bit, but the rear frame is so rusted, we didn't think it was safe to drive anymore, so we parked it under the guise that maybe eventually we'd get back to it. The reality is it's not gonna happen. So we've sold it to get moving on. I think we're gonna get about 850 bucks for it, which is great because I just don't need it here anymore. And she is, there's a ton of gravel in the front because the darn varmint animals have been digging out under the, digging out under the garage and piling it in here. So she's just buried in dirt. So we're gonna have to somehow throw a come along on this thing and pull it out. It was actually parked here under its own power. But we built it, it was tight, right? Like, last inspected 02, 03, how about them apples? We left the windows down, Willie's even cranked. How does it look inside? I can't see anything. Let me get a flashlight and I'll come on back. Might even have keys, but I'm not sure. All right, we're back. Here we go. We left the windows cracked open because we're smart. It is minty. It smells, it's got some seeds and stuff in here from the garage. Some mice have been around here, but not much. What a sweetheart car. So we're digging it out here in the next day or two. So we'll keep going with the video coverage of that. But the inside is as good as we put it away. There's some seeds in places. So there's probably some mouse poop. And that's awful.
Yep, that's the pile looking right there.
I'm here.
You can shovel some of the pile. We'll see when we start coming along it out.
Now Claire's just cooking a lot.
You know, Larry, I have to blame somebody, right?
I know.
Okay, good.
She still wants to come.
Oh, she wants to roll.
Pick her up slow.
Yeah, keep going. I'll tell you when you're tight. Okay, you're tight.
Not yet.
Okay.
Go slow. Here she comes.
Oh my God, that's like butter.
Like a butter.
You're clear,
Yikes.
Fred, you're clear.
Turn, turn, turn. Easy.
Yeah, we're gonna clear it.
Yeah, we cleared it. She's clear.
Keep going.
Well,
You're good, you're good.
Look at that.
mouses.
Brand new oil filter, air filter.
We're gonna need to squirt some True Fuel down that.
And mouses. Also mouses. That was crank.
That's a free engine.
You got crank.
Yep. Oh, you are not in good shape.
Holy rusty. That is some rusty.
Is this the cruise
butterflies
control
there.
or the electric choke? That's what that is. Hello, sunshine. Are you home? You know more about these than I do, Dad.
Pour gas and step back.
I thought Clarence put a 4-barrel on this thing.
That is flames?
Way too much. Perfect. Down the hole you go. Oh, that's way too much.
Except with all of the pine.
Not this much.
I'm just gonna stand back a little. I value my eyebrows.
Alrighty, so we got her out of the hole. 350. I got some footage of it cranking, right? Yeah. So probably drop that back in there, although I love a battery core as much as the next guy. I think that's the original tray, so we might just keep that. And the guy who buys the car is probably gonna watch this video, so she's in awesome condition. She survived storage better than expected. Frame is still all oily, so it's all there except for the rear control arms, which are toast. Interior is just amazing. And we got a little mold, like emblems are kind of, but let's get some mold on this. Yeah, just a sweetheart of a car. The headliner had been redone. My dad had the seats redone, and they're all in great shape. Still got the original blowing blower motor for the rear defrost. It smells like storage in here, but it's in really fantastic shape. Your shoulder belts hung off the ceiling, garment hooks. This vehicle held the pallbearers for Pepe's funeral, who owned the car, and we had it right down. I since put rear springs and shocks on the rear of it. It's got the nice two-tone striping. Trunk is immaculate. There's no rust on the body at all. Like, the body is rust free. Vintage spare tire. Original hubcaps to the car. These are actually Buick hubcaps with Chevy Center logos. Back when you had to have those done, you couldn't just cricket them. We're throwing in the original manual, or dealer, for a 71 Caprice, an eBay find. And that's pretty close to our car right there. So that's pretty nice. Only year for the 71 flow-through vents. You'll see them on a variety of GM products in 71. They discontinued in 72. So 71's the only year. Correct badging. She's on her skirt, so she's pretty. Like I said, she'd be really gorgeous with her wheels, but she lost all the wind in the tires, so we had to kind of put that in there. The doors are just sweethearts. Body by Fisher, of course. Wonder if the Mises, we do anything in here? Oh, a little bit. Someone did some fuel mileage. There's the original owner's name. We'll just leave that in there. Cup holder. Some interior material. What do we got back here? Some sort of switch. Defog, lighter, all the good stuff. 8-track. Went in like that. We 120 speedometer. You got some vacuum lineage hanging out. We'll just leave that for the next owner. Front frame should be fine. We got, you know, your typical chipping, weather stripping, things like that. Fuel pump, which who knows, it's got some old gas in it. I'd suggest draining that, filling it up. We got a sensor there. All the plug wires are mouse free, but what I think is we have the points are bad. Clutch is still good on the fan. She's dry though, she hasn't got any coolant in it. I'm not even popping the brakes. It does have brakes. It's only been parked 14 years, it's not that big a deal. So that's the Caprice. It's coming with, and this alone's worth the selling price, 3 cowls, inner fender liner, 2 right fenders, a left fender with damage, a hood, tail light, a bucket of lenses, blinkers. Is that right with the, I don't know if to look now. Parts, grill for an Impala. The story on this car is that it was built from a Caprice and an Impala back in 71. It's actually a wreck car in 71. And so for the purists that are out there, it says Caprice on the hood here, or the grill. And so on the Caprices, it did not say Chevrolet across the header panel. But between the two cars, it did. So it said Caprice and Chevrolet. So when my grandfather ran into something in his garage and he damaged the nose, so my uncle Clarence fixed it. When he bought a Caprice header panel, it did not have the holes for Chevrolet. So he drilled these so that he could put the Chevrolet back on there. But come to find out, it's because the Caprice didn't have Chevrolet across the front. So it's a custom piece of work. So yeah, that's the story on the car. Let me just take a look underneath here. Let me go grab a flashlight. We'll take a look at the frame rod. All right, so let's take a peek. Oof. So here we go. The actual new shocks, new springs, and you can see how new they are. But we come back here to these boxes, and we are rusted through in a lot of plate. This flashlight's not the best. Come on, sunshine. There you go. You have some rust damage through the frame rail. I remember looking at it thinking, oh gosh, it's not super duper. I mean, it's not awful by any means, but it's not great. You can see up there. I look at it, but it's this whole structure. You're worried because this axle's pushing this whole boat. And looking underneath, just like Pepe, you take used motor oil and wipe the entire car down and go drive on the gravel. So everything's coated with oil, not rust. We got a little bit of stuff going on up there, but you know, in fairly really good shape for a New England car that did get driven in the winter time for sure. Let's go to the other side. Here we're getting a little hairier where this is all soft material, like there's nothing, this is all about to come off. So yeah, this flashlight is awesome. Yeah, this material is just really gone. So that's where your control arm bolts to the frame on this frame side is not there, and not really any better on the other side. So it's got some issues back here that would you wouldn't want to have it inspected, and in Maine they're kind of stingent upon it. So yeah, the trailing arms are fine, everything else is good, just needs a little work there. So pretty good. So I'll call that a wrap on the 71. This is a goodbye video. I got to pull the plates off of it. But yeah, my grandfather had it in 71, 72. He owned it till the end. My uncle Clarence took care of it for a little while. He did some body work on the nose of it when it got a little damage. Then my dad and I took it over, brought it down to Bangor. It did live in Senegat, Maine. Brought it down to Bangor, where we drove it for a bit. The control arm issue was kind of concerning, and I got a lot of other cars, so we parked it. And we're now kind of at a phase in life where, you know, hey, we got other cars and other toys, like the Buick there needs more attention. So sold it to get it out of here. So we sold the price here, and this is where I'm going to cringe. $850 is what we got for it. It's what all I asked for it, actually. I actually asked for $500, just enough to keep it out of the demo derbies. And guy, eventually, somebody offered $8. Said, well, some guy offered me $8, so this guy's like $850, and I'll just come right now. So, like, yeah, sure. Come on, get her. We had to get her out, so that was the big deal. So if you have any questions on this, the whole history and stuff, I don't know if it's going, if the guy does social media, if he's just wrecking it, no idea. But we'll say goodbye to it. Any questions? Cool. Subscribe to my channel, Turbo Tour 31, for more cool videos. I do a lot more fuel injected cars. I'm not great with carburetors because I'm very inexperienced in them. So I tend to shy away from them, go with the more fuel injected stuff. And I'll let you go. Card guy will run the cards. I don't think I have any videos of this car, to be honest with you, running. Got some pictures and websites, but butchthecat.com link should be up there. You'll see it, the original owner, stuff like that.